Hello, namaste. I want to talk about today is I was looking on some YouTube videos about heaven and hell and people having near-death experiences of experiencing heaven and hell. And it generated me to want to talk about my vision of my shamanic vision that I had. It was just actually about a few months ago, actually, that I felt and experienced something of a major vision. And I know that I'm a shaman somewhere, somehow. Um, the medications I'm taking is supposedly for schizophrenia, but my what I really experienced was a shamanic vision. And in my shamanic vision, I experienced um, what it was I experienced um, where everyone was connected together, but everyone was, I felt like separate. My mind felt separated and going through all sorts of all these different paths and avenues, and I could feel everyone um, around the world. I could feel everyone around the world living in their own egoic realities, all of them separating each other and different and not together and whatever. And living their egoic realities are pulling the realities separating each of the realities apart from one another. And what people, and then I knew that if I didn't try to learn to, didn't try to, I had to look at some galactic beauties and seeing galactic beauties and stuff to be able to see and perceive galactic uh, pictures and Milky Way pictures and pretty colors and stuff to calm myself, to bring myself into a zone state, because I felt that there were four different roles that people were having in that state. Um, what it was I felt that I felt everyone living in their own egoic realities, in their own selfish realities, and it was tearing me apart. It was pulling my head, my brain, my mind apart, and I had to pull the realities together into one reality, and that was love. So I was pulling, and it took me about half an hour while I was out on the streets screaming in pain and suffering as everyone was being in these separate realities. It was splitting my mind apart, and I was screaming for help, and I was asking for the Blessed Mother to come, the Blessed Mother Goddess to come and help me, because, and I wanted, and, or else I would be split apart and I wouldn't exist anymore. So I had to ask the Blessed Mother to pull me together and pull this together, and what it was actually I was pulling the realities together by using love together for one another, love for one another, and love for everybody else, and love for themselves, and love for everyone. And as people loved each other more, the realities would move together, and closer, so that there would be only one reality. And it took me over 45 minutes because of feeling being pulled apart in my mind of all these realities. And it took about 45 minutes to pull the realities back together. And it was a horrendous, traumatic experience that I felt. And I didn't want to feel that separation ever again. But what I felt was actually the reality of reality is everyone is living in their egoic self, in their separate egoic self. And the only thing that brings them together, that will keep it into one reality, is love. And I was for 45 minutes I was pulling the realities together in one position, one time, one reality, and that is love. And as people, so for me, I felt that the people living in their own egoic selfish realities were not understanding that love is what binds us all together. Love is the divine source, the divine oneness of everything. It is love. People say God is love. Well, God is love. People and Christians say that, and it's true. Love is the divine source, the divine one. And if we pull ourselves together to love each other and one another, we can pull these realities together so that only one reality exists, and that is the existence of love. And it took me 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour to pull the realities together, and it was splitting my mind apart. So, and as I pulled them together, it was getting closer and closer to being psychics. I was feeling closer, we were being psychics. We were being physically together, drawn together by love, being put together psychically, emotionally together as one, psychically, spiritually together as one. And that is the truth of nature, is that we are spiritually one together at the same time. And that's my shamanic vision that I had. The doctors and healers would probably say that what I felt and experienced was a schizophrenic vision. But you know what I realized is that the reality of nature is that we are all one being. We are all one at the same time, as one is the divine source, and we are all together. That's what I realized with the reality of love. And I did actually go to the hospital and have been taken to the hospital for me to, uh, for me to get better. But they shot me through with some potassium and stuff. But I know in my shamanic vision, I was brought together by bringing everybody in the egoic. We are all psychics. We are all spiritually one. We are all physically, emotionally, psychologically, uh, psychically, and spiritually one people, one being. That's what I learned in my shamanic vision. So love and blessed be everybody. Namaste. I feel sorry for the people who feel that rejected and apart and separated, because that's not what it is. The divine source is love, and that's what it all is love. Namaste, and hope and blessed be for everyone. Love you.